first half of the first part of the road trip was okay, but the second half of the first ball game, things kind of went awry. Can you talk a little bit about just what happened and what was the situation?
The St. Edwards game, we played pretty well to start out. We had a nice little lead. I think we were up 8-0 or 8-2, something like that. And it was a very physical game. I think we got worn down a little bit. Didn't make some plays in the second half. And St. Edwards is a good team, so it was a tough one for us. Other tough thing is we don't get to see them again until maybe conference tournament or maybe regional if both teams get into both those tournaments. We only play them once, and the same thing with St. Mary's. We only get to play them once. It'd be nice to be able to play both those teams again, but we'll do our best and get ready for Oklahoma Christian and Arkansas Fort Smith this weekend.
What do you think your team could learn defensively from a loss to St. Edwards?
Well, I think we need to be a little more physical. I think we need to go back to a little bit old school basketball. You know, the NCAA really is trying to have freedom of movement and trying to clean up a lot of physicality with the game, and I think that's a nice thought, but I think the game of basketball is a very physical game. I think it's something that I don't know if we really got in a fight, and I think St. Edwards did a great job of taking it to us and kind of pushing us around a little bit. So we had a good practice this morning. We went after it a little bit, and I think that's one thing that you just can't take anything for granted. I thought we came back Saturday against St. Mary's and did a nice job really challenging them, and if they would have made more plays, they could have got us as well. But I thought our intensity, I thought our focus, I thought our determination was a lot better Saturday. And I think we would have had that on Thursday. I think the outcome would have been different.
You know, after the end of I'm sure you're disappointed after the St. Edwards game. You always see winning streak in, but it seems like the first half of the Mary's game, you came out strong. Do you think that was maybe the blessing in disguise of providing you with the motivation and sort of like, okay, we kind of don't want to get too comfortable here, and you showed that in the first half against St. Mary's maybe?
Well, we really thought St. Mary's was a very talented team, so we didn't want to overlook anybody, and I think St. Mary's has a couple really quick guards that can get going. They've got a really good shooter. I don't know what his name is. We only played him once, but they've got a team. They went up and beat Colorado Mines, I believe, this year, and they've got a really good team. Their big kid was hard for us to handle, but John Brown played a pretty good game, I thought, kind of in that game. But it's something that after a loss, I don't care who you are, you always maybe have a little extra motivation. That's something that we want to talk about with our team as well. Is we don't want to have that motivation. We don't want to lose anymore to try to get that motivation. We want to have that motivation whether we win or lose and be ready for that next game.
So what are some things you learned from your team this weekend?
I learned to win. I don't know. I learned they like Chicken Express.
Could T-Bone the Monkey have done the job this weekend?
We had a good barbecue in San Marcos. I learned that. I don't know. We learned that we need to be a little bit tougher.
Can you preview the two games you have this week and this weekend?
We really haven't scouted them. Sunday is my family. I've got 3 kids that I try to spend some time with. We played some cards. We had a good game of Wizard going. I don't know if you guys know how to play Wizard or not, but that was a lot of fun. And we did some other things too. And Sunday I really tried to take my family. We had early practice today. I did look at some numbers. Both teams are missing a player here or there. I don't know if it was an injury. Oklahoma Christian, the big kid, didn't play in one of their games, and the leading scorer for Arkansas Fort Smith didn't play in one of their last games. So I got to look at that. We got to go watch some tape on them. Our practice today was all about us and really getting after it, and I thought we had a good one. We've got a couple guys that are banged up a little bit, so we held a couple guys out, but otherwise we'll really get after the 2 games coming up today in the afternoon. We'll break them down. We'll get ready for that in our practice tomorrow.
Who are you looking to continue having big performances? Who's really been riding the momentum train?
I think everybody's going to be riding the momentum train. We've got all 15 players. Once we get Marshall back from his injury, hopefully he can really help us out in practice and maybe get some minutes. Caban got some minutes, and I think his eyes were opened. He's got to learn from some of his mistakes. Same thing with all those guys, JT, Jake Gerber, Hayden Blankley, Zach Toussaint. All those guys are guys that we need to have going in the right direction, as well as our starting 5 and maybe some top reserves like Jordan Collins right now.
How important are those Sundays for not just for you but for the players too? Just being able
Well,
to
you know,
have
you only
reset.
get about 2/3 of the Sunday because we came back and rolled in at 5:30 a.m. You know, with that 7 o'clock start, it's really tough. But we had a great driver from Kings Highway. He was fantastic. We got back, so that helped us save a little bit of money, not having to get another hotel room. But it was something that, you know, those trips are tough. They're really, really tough. It's really nice to start those earlier, but it's something that it's kind of a recovery day, and actually even Monday's still a recovery day. I'm still a little bit groggy from that trip, and it just takes a lot out of you when you leave on a Tuesday, or excuse me, you left on a Wednesday and get back Sunday morning. It takes a lot out of you, but it's going to be nice playing at home Thursday and Saturday in the First United Bank Center, so that's a big benefit for us.